Yeah, let's see what we got. Nope. Alright, well this is our abandoned airplane that's been sitting for 14 years. You can tell the tires are flat on it. There's no strut was down. We had it serviced yesterday. The plane's in pretty good shape. No corrosion except for top cowling, which has to be replaced or fixed. The engine only has like 73 hours on it after a major overhaul. The interior is all brand new. Let's see if we can get the key open. So the seats are brand new. This one's not even attached yet. The seat belts brand new. The other ones are still in. Let's see here. Package, but you can tell all the avionics are pretty well crap. Of course, you can't really see that. It's too dark. But airplane's just been sitting. It was going through an annual and then getting a new interior, and then I don't know, something happened with the owner, and well, airplane just sat 14 years. So I finally contacted him. The paint was painted in 2008, so all the paint's still pretty good on it. Of course, you got some, you know, it needs a little bit of a cleaning job on it, but all in all, it's not too bad. So what we're going to do now is try to get some air in the tires just to kind of see what they'll hold, but they'll have to be replaced. They're really dry rotted. I don't know. Fuel bladders might have to be replaced. They're empty. So one thing I had to be careful of when I was raising the nose up so I can get the valve stem turned to get to it. We got to be real careful that we don't mess our wheel pants up. We're real close. We end up having to jack the wheels up so we can get them, but now we got to put some air in it. Alright, got the nose aired up. See how cracked that tire is. There's still decent amount of tread left, but it's amazing what the sun will do. Now we just gotta unstrap it, put a jack down there, and jack it up. And for those of y'all who don't know, there's a little jack tab right there. There it is. One that over there. And see, airplane looks normal now, not squatted, and I'll kind of move it around a little bit if we need to, but still have to inspect all of our cables and wires, but it's relatively clean. There's no bird's nest up in the open spots, but you would kind of think there would be a lot of open bird's nesting out here. Let's see. Find the keys. I can open up this. Here they are. See that gap right there? We got to fix that. Place that seal. You know, it seems like it's always the last key you try that works on these doors. Look at that. Last one. Alright. So here's all the parts that they had. But you can tell it's pretty clean up in here. No rats or bird's nest. There's the ELT. But we got to go through all those pulleys and cables and ensure there's no corrosion on them. Put a new battery in. Look it all over. Somebody got the seat dirty. Brand new seats and they're dirty. Gotta clean the headliner. Looks like it had moisture in it. Alright. Now it's time we're gonna take the cowling off and inspect spark plugs. Flat head. Let's see. Ha, flat. You can tell this hood's really got a hood. This cowling's really got to either be replaced or because we have to cut out all that, patch it. Cut out all that, patch it. Oh, I might not have to cut that out, but and then over here, cut that out, patch it. Cut that out, patch it. Cut that out and patch it. Yeah, same there. So it'll be so patched, it'll be ridiculous. Might just be cheaper and easier to go buy used one and just paint it. Be a lot quicker anyways. A lot quicker. Alright, pull these. So this plane had actually been sitting just like that for 14 years, all these other places. No cow plugs, no torpedo covers, no fuel vent covers. Alright, I gotta have two hands. I'm gonna set y'all down over here. First time that cow's been off in a while. It's pretty clean though. Surprised there's not bird's nest stuck in all these little spots. There's your alternator here, fuel drain, engine oil. Oh yeah, here's a good one. Look how clean that oil is. Brand new. I'm talking about brand new. So we got to go through all this, make sure there's no corrosion and a bird's nest right there, so I have to pull this line off and clean it out. But other than that, surprisingly, it is clean on the inside. Of course, that belt will have to be replaced. Shouldn't be too bad. Alright, I might as well go and pull this bottom cowl. I hate pulling a bottom cowl base up because that was a pain in the butt to put back on. It's doable, it's just a pain in the butt. I'll pull these so we can get to our spark plugs, and then we'll go ahead and take this bottom cowling off so we can actually get to the bottom plugs also. So evidently when you take the bottom cowl off, you have to take the cowl flaps loose from its cable right here. So not too bad of a little old job. We got the bottom cowling off. Basically there's two screws here on your air intake, one here and one on the other side, and then there's a lip that connects right there, so you have to undo that and then pull it out. Might have a little bit of a fuel leak there on the drain plug. Now we're just kind of looking for corrosion anything on this bulkhead that might not be good. Just giving it a good, so that'll need to be replaced. And then that needs to be cleaned out. Bunch of spider webs. I mean, overall, I mean, for sitting for 14 years, it really looks pretty doggone good. I mean, engine mount's pretty good. Love spiders. Love spiders. I mean, overall, that might be resurfaced. See, that's leaking right here. I mean, the boots are good. Those are good. This is going to need to be taken off. This clamp here is going to need to be taken off, and all that's going to be cleaned up because there's a bird's nest right there. Right there. And then, I mean, overall, it is really looking good and clean. I mean, these boots look good and clean. Not too bad for a airplane that's been sitting for 14 years. You can't beat the price of it either. So the story behind this plane and the other one, which we'll talk about it later, but it's the 1A2. The gentleman that owned it owned a couple of manufacturing businesses, and so he would fly around weekly to these businesses, and he didn't use the 182 much. He only has like 3,000 and like 3,400 hours on it or something like that. Maybe 31. Let's look at the knobs and see. 3184.4. It might be a glare, but right there. So 3,100 hours. Not too bad. I'll probably eventually go ahead and replace that just to make it match, you know. Like things to match. And then all that's got to be updated. Woo. That'll be fun. Alright, I'm going to pull these plugs out. And we're going to take these off. All those right here got to come out. And then see the bottom plug. So you got to take this wire loose here. I don't know if you can see it, but take that wire loose, and then the plugs on up in there after that. So find me a screwdriver. It's real fun to do with one-handed too. And the prop, you can tell it's faded. So the prop needs to be overhauled. Well, there's some kind of filter or I don't know, something else got to be done other than just inspecting the prop. So it's going to cost like $5,400 to put it back, you know, together and all that. I think I'm gonna buy like a good used 3-blade and put on here, because I can buy one of those for, I don't know, 6 or 7. So it kind of makes sense to, you know, looks a lot better with a 3-blade than a 2-blade. Plus it climbs better and just smoother operation. You know what? This is why we invented drills. So much easier. Look at that. Whoop. So difficult one-handed. I did learn something though. You can actually just leave these in can do that. Which means that an engineer was thinking when he designed that about maintenance, which that's just like a foreign concept. No engineer thinks about a mechanic that's going to work on an airplane. It's how can I fit all this in? Oh well, this was also in the, I guess, the 70s, so it's a 76, by the way. So I guess in 76 they were actually thinking about mechanics. Nowadays it's how much crap can we stuff in this compartment. Alright, so that's got to come off, and then the plug behind it will come off. But before we do all that, I'm going to get air hose and that and blow all this stuff out. Alright, I'm gonna get this done and be back. Alright, so I just removed the hose that go here to here, and I thought it just kind of had that much in it, which was about right in here, but it's actually full all the way to this end. But sitting for 14 years, I mean, really, that's not that bad. I mean, I would have figured it'd been like one giant bird's nest, like all the way from the, top to bottom. Look there. So that wasn't, I mean, that was not bad at all right there. Rather amazing, actually. Come on, get in there. Rather amazing. I think this is going to be a pretty good little airplane. So the plan with this airplane is going to get it basically IFR certified and all that fun stuff. I'm going to put a few Avionics in it. Well, I say new to me Avionics, like get some of the Avionics stuff from all the rich guys that upgrade their panels with all the new stuff, and we'll just get their nice old stuff. Like those 530 wash or something like that. New Avionics stuff would be pretty sweet, but this is not going to be my family plane. It's going to be one we're going to train in and finish up my instrument rating in it, and then build hours to get my commercial rating, and then we'll be finding a new home. It's a great airplane. It's fun. Of course, it might not crank, but everything looks pretty good on it. Alright, I'm gonna clean it out now. Just wanted to show you that bird's nest. Alright, before we turn the engine over and all that, we gotta take those plugs out. But first, this belt that runs your alternator and stuff, this right here, it's old and cracked, and so before we even turn it over and stuff, we're just gonna go ahead and loosen the alternator up. Come on. And then see if I can. Camera. second. That's it. It's not too terrible, but it's cracking. So take that off, and I just gonna run back up here to the little maintenance shop, and I think they have a belt, which will be good. And then once that we get this belt put back on, we will pull in spark plugs and turn it over and see if we have engine oil pressure and go from there. All right, so we took the plugs out and cleaned all the plugs up, and now we've got the jumper cables hooked up to the truck, run back to where the battery is supposed to be. And now we're going to see if the engine turns over, and we're going to be watching this gauge right here, which is our oil pressure. See if I can get y'all in there. Oil pressure gauge. So basically going to be making sure that that comes up, and so there's nobody around. Well, it does not turn over. You see our drawing, but either the Bendix is not engaging, or we don't have enough battery juice. Showing that every time you hit the key, watch it draw down. See there. So on to the next problem. I also noticed that when you turn the strobe lights on, that the left nav light comes on and the right strobe light comes on. Oh. And when you cut the nav light on, only the right nav light comes on. And then of course we don't have our cowling on the bottom, so we can't see the taxi and landing lights. And then the beacon, it does not come on either, so I don't know if it is a problem with it's just not hooked up, it was just out. I mean, it has been sitting for 14 years, so it's not just gonna be easy. But it is hot in here. Alright, so now I gotta figure out what to do about getting it to turn over. So let's go further. Let me turn that off. Alright, let's see what we got. Nope. Doing nothing.